Hey everyone, I'm going to be swatching some inks today, so let's get started. I am actually currently cooking dinner, so I will have to stop and go check on that as my timers go off, but I will just edit that out. So I have the rest of my Robert Oster samples that I got from Vanness, and I need to do the blues and the few purples that I have. I have a video where I swatched all of the browns, so I will link that video below. But let's get started. So first up is the Robert Oster True Blue. Most of these are Robert Oster, but there's like a rogue, what is it? Oh, Organic Studio. There's a rogue Organic Studio in here somewhere. So let's do these. I have swatched these really quickly because I wanted to ink up a pen. Whoa. Oh gosh, this one is intense. True Blue. I swatched these all like really fast because I wanted to ink up a pen, and I didn't get a chance to really do it properly. True Blue. Man, that is vibrant. The problem I ran into before when I was swatching things before is that it's difficult to get a true idea of what these are gonna look like in, you know, finer nibbed pens. This glass dip pen writes really, really broad and makes these inks look much darker than they tend to look in my fountain pens, even, you know, my medium nibbed pens and stuff like that. So I'm trying to see what they look like at their lightest level, and I realize it puts so much ink down there. All right, this is Blue Denim. Oh wow, that's way lighter. I do have a preference for the darker, really deep jewel toned type of inks, no matter what color it is. I really like it to kind of almost look black, but then upon closer inspection, you can see the other hues starting to come through a bit. So yeah, so that one started out dark, and then you can see some of the lighter shading. So with something like this, my fear is that in my pens, it's all gonna look like this. And that is much too light for my taste. Yeah, that's probably not. But then I also put these in my pens because I find that once I use up a whole ink sample in the pen, I get a much better feel of whether that ink is gonna really work for me or not. So I may like it here, and I may hate it in a few of my pens, and then it's just a no-go for me, or vice versa. You know, I could hate it here and love it in my pens. That happened a few times. Actually, a brown that I had, which brown was it? Okay, yeah, golden brown. I thought it looked so gray here and kind of dead looking, but this is one of my favorite inks, and I'm totally gonna buy a bottle of that whenever I decide to make a purchase. So I try not to pass judgment too quickly because performance of these inks is just so dependent upon so many factors. And I think it's just one of those things I've heard people talk about, that they have inks specially set aside, I suppose, for certain pens and certain nibs, and they won't use it in anything else. And I get it. I understand that now. And I would prefer to have inks that work across everything that I own, but I know that just can't be the case all the time with this. And it's just part of the nuance of having fountain pens and different nibs and different inks. So that was Carbon Fire. That's really pretty. In these like samples right here, these two almost look quite similar. Okay, here's my Rogue Organic Studio. And this is Glycine Blue Shimmer. So, oh, let's clean this off. I'm all out of sorts. I can see my stove from here, and there's pasta boiling away on it. And I can hear the rain outside. It is June, and I am in the south of the United States. And we have been having 60-degree weather in June in the south. And sorry, I had my stove timer go off and a phone call at the same time, so it cut me off. But I really don't know what the deal is with this weather. I have never in my life experienced weather like this in my neck of the woods. So cold for this time of the year. It's so bizarre. Okay, so Organic Studio Glycine Blue Shimmer. I'm just gonna quickly write that out. Okay, and this feels, oh, there we go. Yeah. I'm not really wowed by that color. This True Blue, though, is pretty nice. So dinner's done. I need to go eat some dinner soon. What else? Oh yeah, I did want to ask if any of you guys are going to be doing One Book July this year. I mean, with everything that's been going on, I just, you know, time just kind of got away from me, and I didn't realize that July is just around the corner, actually. So I hadn't even thought of it, and then I had gotten some DMs and stuff about just concerning One Book July, and I realized I don't think I am going to be participating. Well, I know I'm not going to be participating. I don't really have, I don't know, I don't have the motivation to do that this year. I don't have any good ideas. I didn't think about it at all. This was Tokyo Blue Denim. I really like the shading on that, and that's such a nice deep color when it lays down a lot. It's very nice. Okay, next up is School Blue. Robert Oster School Blue. Let's clean this first. Okay, so I'm curious, are you guys going to be participating in One Book July? I don't even know. Has there been an announcement or anything? I suppose I'll check after this. Whoa. Okay. That was a little bit much. I feel like I could even, oh my gosh, what a mess. Well, I really like it when it's super dark like that. School Blue. Yeah, so I haven't heard any announcements about it or anything. Is there a special challenge this go around? I mean, there is one every year, but I don't even know what it is this year. So geez, I really messed that one up. But I can kind of see the lighter shading there. So apparently, you know, doing swatches like this is pretty paramount for me. You know what? I think this group that I have over here are dustier. Maybe, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep going on this page. Yeah, so having swatches like this is pretty paramount for me in order to make a decision of what I want to purchase. And I actually don't have as many as I thought that I am gung-ho about purchasing, which is weird for me, but you know, I guess I won't complain. Thunderstorm. That one is really fun. And it's gonna just look gray. See, now I'm like, is that too close to maybe Lexington gray for me? I don't know. So I ended up buying two full ink bottles from Jet Pens, because, you know, they don't have the free shipping anymore. So you kind of have to just like add to your cart to make the shipping cost worthwhile. This is stunning. I'm really glad I left enough room there, right? This is Blue Night. And I'm just gonna squeeze it down here. Okay, so the inks that I bought, what? R.O. Robert Oster, Blue Night. I'm not really doing a good job with this. Okay, so the two inks I bought, they're both Noodlers, which are very affordable inks, and so I'm not too bothered if they don't come out exactly how I love. Boy, those were just impulse purchases. So I ended up getting, what did I get? I got Walnut, which is a lovely looking brown that I've never tested. And I was worried that it might be a little too light. I always worry about that. And when I was reading the reviews, it seemed like everybody had stated that the ink had come out much darker than it showed in the Jet Pens photo. So that was reassuring to me. And after really loving Golden Brown from Robert Oster, I was just kind of hungry for some good browns. So I went ahead and bought the smaller bottle of that. And then, well, it's amateur hour over here, and I totally swatched these and talked to myself apparently because I wasn't recording. So I thought I might just scrap this whole video. But boy, if that's not indicative of the week that I've been having. But we're just gonna press on. Let me just cover these real quick. This is the Midnight Sapphire, Great Southern Ocean, Velvet Storm, which I actually have in a pen with a very fine tip, and it looks almost black. Like, it looks very much like this, and I'm not getting very much of this undertone. And then this is Black and Blue, which is actually a shimmer from Robert Oster. So those are those. I see, and this is why I get a little frustrated with the whole swatching process, because I'm like, is this even helpful to me? Because if I would have seen this, I probably wouldn't use that, gravitate towards it, or buy it just because it has such a light first layer. It's not very deep or dark for my taste anyway. So that's not something I would gravitate to just by looking at that. But when it was actually in my pen, I was very pleasantly surprised at how dark it performed in there. And that's not to say it'll be that way with any other pens that I put it in, but still, that was surprising. And so that just tells me I can't base everything off of the swatching that I do in here, but it is definitely a good starting off point. So this is Robert Oster Maroon 1789, and I only have, I've got 4 more, and these are all kind of, you know, red based, kind of pinky, purpley samples that I got. I'm not huge on these kinds of colors. I prefer browns, greens, and blues, that kind of thing. So I just tried to pick the ones here that seemed like they would go on pretty dark. So I don't have much of this one actually because it is in a pen currently. And this color is good, it's fine. I think I might not like it in the pen that I have it in. So I'm probably, I don't know. Yeah, I just think, yeah, this is probably not for me. I could probably put it in a broader nibbed pen and it would perform more to my liking, because I'm getting a lot of this lighter color in the pen that I have it in, and I love more of this deeper tone that it has, but it's not coming out as much, so I need to maybe work on that. I don't know, maybe this maroon is more my style. It's kind of like grayer and dustier, and I thought maybe I didn't like that in the swatches, but the swatches I'm doing that are coming out a little bit with a little bit more of a gray tone, I'm actually liking in my pens. So go figure. Okay, this is Robert Oster Berry Darsh. Just fully butchering that. I don't know how I feel about this one either. I love that swatch though. That looks quite beautiful. So next is Purple Rock, and I'm gonna run out of space on this page. This is like, I am all over the place in this video. Well, I just, I had to stop for a minute, and then I went back and watched the footage that I had so far, and I realized that I didn't even finish my thought originally when I was talking about the Noodler's inks that I had purchased, which I will have edited this to flash that on the screen. But yeah, I got Walnut and then 54th Massachusetts from Noodler's. I had seen a bunch of people with or swatch and use the 54th Massachusetts, and I was I've always been attracted to that, so I figured, why not? Let me get this you know, $6 shipping worth it, you know what I mean? All right, now that this video is officially all over the place, don't worry, there's only 2 left and we'll be done. So this one is Purple Rock. This is a nice deep, it's kind of gray for me, I think. Yeah, this leans pretty gray, pretty dusty. And then it goes on kind of light. So I'm kind of iffy about that one. Okay, last one. Purple Jazz. All right. This one looks much more purpley and vibrant in the bottle. Oh, yes. Yeah, this is more of that jewel tone that I'm looking for. I might like this one. Oh, I didn't clean my thing. Naturally. All right. We're almost done. We're almost through. Gosh, I've never been so discombobulated in a video before, but I don't know. I just wanted to have a video up. I'm trying to actually post like every 4 days. Oh my God, my Z's. So I wanted to just kind of keep that rhythm going, and I figured this would be a fairly just easy video to do and get out, and doesn't require much preparation. So I thought. So there you go. Yeah, I definitely like Purple Jazz over Purple Rock. It's like more blue as well. Okay, we're gonna go through and get a close-up of all of these guys. So that is, yeah, I definitely like that. It's just darker too, so that's much more me. And let's see, but you know, it's kind of like, I would much rather get one of these blues over that purple though, you know, so that these purples and like maroons and things on that pink end of the spectrum, they're just like on the bottom rung for me. They're just kind of at the bottom of the totem pole for the inks that I like. Great Southern Ocean. I definitely want to try that in a pen. I do have Velvet Storm in a pen, and so far so great. And then, like, look at the true, do you see the, let's see if I can capture the sheen in there on the edges. Hold on. There it is. It's on the edges where it's pooled up. It has that red sheen. That is really pretty. And Carbon Fire has that too. You can see on the edges. I don't know if you can, but it's there. It's obviously not going to come out on writing, but School Blue has it too. You can see on the edges there. Wow. That looks really beautiful. So I think a lot of these are probably still too light for me, but probably right off the bat, I like Carbon Fire, and I love how deep True Blue is, but I just think it's too bright for me. So Carbon Fire and Thunderstorm, and maybe Blue Night, depending on how dark I can get it in the nib. So anyway, that is all of the blue samples I got, and the few purpley pinky ones that I had. So not too shabby. And I do have, I've written down a lot of the suggestions that you guys gave me in the last video. So I'm excited to look those up and place an order whenever I get around to it again. I don't think I'll be getting any more samples anytime soon, because I'd really like to just work through all of these. I don't feel like I'm done testing them until I get them in a pen and actually write in my journal. So I will be doing that and exploring these and see how my mind ends up changing. So I'll just update about these as well that I did in the other video. I tried Gold Antica, and where's the other? Oh, back here. Oh, Melon Tea. And I don't know if I like them. So Gold Antica ends up being a bit too light. I'm gonna try it in a different nib and see. I love, love, love the coloring on this so much, but it just writes more like this, and I don't like how light that is. So Melon Tea is pretty good. I don't think I love it in the finer nib that I have it in. So, but it does write nice and dark. So I'm going to keep playing with that. That's a strong contender. And next up, I want to use these bottom ones because Golden Brown surprised me. I love, love, love it. So I want to use these. I originally thought bronze would be too ashy and gray for me, but that's what I thought about Golden Brown, and I love it. So I want to get in on these. And I love the coloring of Toffee and African Gold. I really love them, but I just know they're going to be too light. So I'll still have to test those out and see. But boy, I'm picky. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, that is it from me today. I don't know. Let me know if you have any questions. Tell me your favorites. Anything that jumped out to you. Thank you so much for dealing with me today, and I will see you again soon. Bye.